This message is for anyone that feels like their weaknesses and their pasts are holding them back. That what they have gone through is hindering them from becoming successful. And your strengths and where you're at, maybe in your job, maybe in your relationships, are not enough. And I wanted to share something that's going to eliminate those. And so a little bit of background here is Pharaoh wanted to extinguish all the male babies. And Moses was rescued by Pharaoh's daughter, which is like kind of crazy, right? Enemy's daughter is the one to bring you that relief and that rescue. Crazy. And Moses is called by God to go to see Pharaoh. He was set free from Pharaoh, and now he's going to Pharaoh to set the Israelites free that are in bondage. It's absolutely crazy. So here in Exodus 4, 1-5, it says, "Then Moses answered, 'But behold, they will not believe me or listen to my voice, for they will say, God did not appear to you.'" Have you ever thought that maybe your calling isn't enough? That people are not going to hear your voice, that your voice isn't enough? Well, this is exactly how Moses was feeling. He's like, seriously, God, why are you calling me? Don't you know I can't speak? Don't you know I have this weakness? Don't you know who you're calling me to? And God's like, yeah, I do, right? And so the Lord said to him, "What is that in your hand?" He said, "A staff." So the Lord's saying to you, what is that in your hand? Maybe it's the job you're at. Maybe it's the weaknesses that you carry around because you've had a rough childhood. You've been in bad relationships. You've been through abuse. You are a single mother. All of these things that you're saying, God, but look. And he's saying, what's that in your hand? He is equipping you from start to finish. He's not going to let anything come in between you and your purpose. You are not strong enough and better than God to be able to come against your purpose. And he said, throw it to the ground. So he threw it on the ground and it became a serpent, and Moses ran away. Maybe you're throwing things on the ground. Maybe you're throwing things in front of you. Maybe you're throwing things to God and you're like, and it scares you. Man, I've been through so much, all this trauma, all this abuse, and look what it's caused in my life. And it causes you to run away and you're fearful. You're like, I just did what God said and this is scary. And I want to let you know that it is okay. Let's finish, right? But the Lord said to Moses, "Put out your hand and catch it by the tail." So he put out his hand and caught it, and it became a staff in his hand. A lot of times God is going to call us to go directly into our fears. And there is nothing wrong with that. Because if he is calling you, he's also equipping you. He's also giving you favor. He's also going to give you the steps. He's going to give you the words. If he calls you, he plans to prepare you. A good father does not call his son or daughter into a mission with a plan that they're going to fail. He already knows what you're going to need, and he has automatically already dropped those resources for you. That they may believe that the Lord, the God of their fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, has appeared to you. The very thing that you have been through is equipping you. The very thing that you feel is hindering you is actually your strength. God is calling you to use your past and your weaknesses for his glory. Now, how do you do that? He's going to call you. You're going to know. And if you don't know yet, it's because the time's not right. So my encouragement to you is to heal, is to focus on growing yourself. Whether that's in relationships, whether that's in your career, whether that's your personal mental health and well-being. Work on yourself, work on you, and God will call you when the time is right. I hope this encourages you, and I hope this gives you faith and hope that what you're going through and the weaknesses that it has caused and what you've been through in the past and the hindrances that you believe that that has caused has not stopped you. God still has a plan, and he would not have let you go through what you went through if he did not have a better purpose for you and your life and other people's life from going through that. What you've been through has prepared you to help people in a way that nobody can. You have a purpose that I cannot fulfill. You have a purpose that your best friend cannot fulfill. You have a purpose that the person you look up to the most cannot fulfill. I don't care if they do counseling just like you do. I don't care if they do construction work just like you do. I don't care if they love to worship just like you do. Let me tell you this, nobody can do it like you do. God has created you for a purpose. God has allowed those past experiences to happen to craft you into the version of you that is going to impact the world. All you need to do is keep an open heart and open mind and let the Lord lead you and direct you into the places you shall go next.